Hello, hello. Hello, hello. So, we're back from camping. We did like a little mini 2 day thing, and wow. Wow. Like, I just can't. I just don't even know where to begin. A lot has been taking place. I'm leaving my glasses on because they're about to break again. Hi, Gina. A lot has been taking place. Wow. Are you like tripping out on everything that's going on? I am. Let me see if I can get my hair right, even though it's not brushed and doesn't look good. I'm just trying to like, I'm finally winding down because the kids are sleeping, and like now's my chance. It's hub's night, so like now's my chance to really vlog because I haven't been able to the past 2 days, and it's terrible, right? It is really bad. Well, I mean, obviously, my husband and I, like, as you guys know, we have PTSD. And so I think anybody with PTSD could honestly say that this is probably going to bother them. Even if you don't have PTSD, it's going to bother you, right? You're going to be like a little like, what's going on? Like, on top of a pandemic, we have people like looting, rioting, just complete chaos happening, right? Disorder and what have you. Complete and utter just destruction and chaos. I mean, that's the best way to explain it. Um, like, people have the right to protest, and people have the right to be angry. Um, People have every right to be upset. And us as Americans, we have every right to protest. Um, that is our right, right? That is our right. But these groups that are going out there, they're actually taking away that right from us by turning it into something that it's not. Old me, the little devil in my corner over here, likes to pop up every so often. Um, when those kinds of protests, the more like flipping cars over, setting fire to them would have. I don't want to say they would make me happy, but I've had some bad experiences with the law. Um, I'm going to be sharing it on Patreon, not on here. So I'm sorry. But I'm going to vlog right after this. By the way, I'm going to go straight to Patreon and vlog about it on there. But um, there was a time when, like, I'm talking years ago. Like, I'm talking, like, I don't even know how long. Hey, computer. Like, it's honestly too long to remember where I probably would be in those groups, like throwing bricks and shit, like just going complete nuts, like freaking. And for me to admit that, um, it brings great shame to me, and it makes me feel bad that like I once was like that angry and that sad in my heart, but I've come to terms with that, and like I'm moving on, but it does bring up a lot of like old feelings and stuff, which I'm working through on a daily basis. But no, I don't agree with lighting structure fires and looting people's businesses and all that jazz. I think that's wrong. Like, no duh. Um, it's taking away people's voice. It's not allowing the protesters' message to be heard. Hi, Em. You had to take a break. They need to be locked up. Antifa, yeah. Antifa or Antifa? I don't know. But there was a time in my life where I was not really. I don't even know how to put it, to be honest with you. But let's just say that I would have been on a different side of the spectrum. I mean, that's like young me. That's like young, impressionable, 21-year-old me. You know what I mean? And I'm a very much different. I'm a different woman now. I'm 36 years old. I've changed quite a bit. I've grown quite a bit, right? Um, but there's a reason behind that, though. I'm going to share it on my Patreon only when I'm done with this vlog. But they're deploying National Guard, as far as I know. I listened to Trump's speech, and like I was like happy with it up until he didn't talk about anything about like the police, which like I would have liked for him to have like said something about like police reform. Granted, it is a state to state issue as far as like I know. If I'm right, I don't know if I'm right on that. But I would have liked him to have addressed publicly why. I mean, he did say like, the protests are being kind of quieted by people's antics. And then he proceeded to just focus on those antics. So I was like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, well, then what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, okay, like that was weird. So you just basically, like, huh? I'm confused. Okay. Granted, I understand that, the National Guard needs to be deployed and these people need to be stopped. No duh. Doesn't take a rocket scientist. But I would have liked for him to have addressed the fact of why this is happening. I would have liked for him to address how he wants to see change in the police force and the laws, and how the laws need to be changed for crooked cops. You know what I mean? The reason why this is happening, and you might not want to hear this, is because there's so much damage being done by our peace officers. And I know this may piss everyone off and everyone's gonna get upset and oh my gosh, if you're married to a cop, I mean, I'm not saying like every single one's like that. Not every single one is like that. Again, I can't reiterate that enough. But they have done so much damage that they have lost the trust of the people. Now, I'm going to put out there now, they are here to support us, okay? They are here for us, to protect us, okay? I'm just going to put that out there right now, okay? They work for us, all right? You do understand that, right? Okay. So now with that being said, there is a reason why these people are upset. There is a reason why these protests are happening, and I would have liked for the president to address that part of it. Not to just simply have said, you're quiet. The violence is quieting the peaceful rioters. Now let's talk about the violence all the time. Like that kind of bothered me. Like I felt a little bothered by that. But that's my own personal. Again, that could be some stuff that I'm still probably mentally working through. Again, I'm going to go straight to my Patreon from this and explain it further for those of you who don't know. Um, Mermaid Malone went shopping with Janice, got a huge plant. Oh, good job. I'm happy to hear that. Hi, Kimmy D. And I just would have liked to hear something from him in reference to why this is all happening. I would have felt better about it. He could have calmed down a lot of the rioting by certain choice of words. Um, Truly, as a leader of the free world, he could have simply said, "We as a nation are going to work on stricter laws for police that don't want to work for the people, and we're going to I'm going to make sure to implement." He could have said some stuff about that, and that would honestly cut the rioting, I'm sure, down probably to a minimum. But he chose to just talk about, the whole turning it into almost like a civil war type of thing, which again, we do need it to stop, and we do need to bring in forces, because again, the police aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. Wah, wah, wah. No, just kidding. I apologize if I offend anybody, but I've got a really, my heart weighs heavy. My heart weighs heavy. And then again, I will touch on that when I go to Patreon. Um, but I would have liked to have heard from him something in reference to what's going to happen for change. Not so much emphasis on the rioting and this, that, and the other. Now National Guards being deployed. He could have done so much more with his speech than he did. I'm personally a Trump supporter. I have not been from day one. Um, Sometimes I'm like, I don't know about him, and then sometimes I'm like, I like him, and then sometimes I'm like, wait a second, fool, and then I'm like, all right, he keeps me like this, okay. Anyway, needless to say, I was disappointed in his speech today. Now, for personal things, dare we go there? I'm afraid. Wait, what? They were blocking the road. So scared, my son had to try and get home. Oh no, Kimmy. Wait, what? And yeah, that's scary. I'm sorry, Kimmy. Good topic, and I worried about YouTube's BS. Right? Don't worry about that. Although I'm gonna actually bring up some YouTube BS in a minute. They hijacked protests. The cops had smoke bombs. I just wanted my son to get home safe. Well, great, rightfully so. That's scary. Trump. Yeah, no, Stacey, I mean, again, like, I'm on the fence, dude. Like, I'm totally on the fence. Like, I love him one day and then I hate him the other. Like, I'm so bipolar with this guy. Like, I just don't know what to do about it. Thank you, my cry. Oh my god, it's been a minute since I've seen you. Hi. What do you mean, Georgina? Atlanta, it's emotional. Some things that have been touching that I've been saying, because I want to say some positive stuff about police, because that's what I'm told to do as a person in recovery. Woo! And a Christian, okay? What I have been seeing, that literally melted my heart, are police coming together with the protesters, police kneeling with the protesters, police holding up signs with the protesters. That gives me goosebumps, because you know what? That means they acknowledge that there needs to be change too. Do you know what I mean? And that's huge, because if they're acknowledging that too, then we're getting somewhere. You know what I mean? That's a big deal. It's a really big deal. And for those good cops out there, I know there aren't many of you. Just kidding. Just kidding. You have to go bash. I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding. I kid. For those good cops out there, thank you for what you do. And it just sucks we're at where we're at, that we have to I mean, the National Guard is being deployed, and like all of the states that are having riots. Like that's I think that's the first time that's ever happened in history, as far as I know. I could be wrong. I thought Vietnam did it, but I guess not. I was wrong. My husband said no, and I was like, oh, okay. He knows more about history than I do. He said something like in the 1800s once it happened. But like, what the frick, you guys? This is some big stuff. This is historical. And whenever things like this happen, change comes. And so, again, I always have to go back to, like, granted, this is a really scary time, and granted, we're all kind of freaking out. But believe me, there will be change that comes of this, and there will be good that comes of this. And I think that that's what we need to hold on to, mostly, more than anything right now. You know what I mean? Hi, Rhonda. It's the first time in history. Okay. Good to know. How are you, Rhonda? 1993. 1993. Wow. Craziness. Mermaid. It's crazy out here. It's freaking scary. There was one pic where the cop got separated from the other ones, and the peaceful protesters protected him. See, like, that's sweet. Like, good. Like, but my question is, would he have done that if all his shady cops were kicking someone's ass? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's my question. Like, you know, that's something to think about. And I think they're seeing this, and I think they're finally seeing that things need to change. Things can't keep going the way they're going. And you know what? It's obvious that the Black community gets targeted. It's obvious that minorities get targeted. By the way you look, you get targeted. You know what I mean? If you just look suspicious, you get targeted. Again, I got stories that I'm going to go into on my Patreon that I'm going to talk about from personal experience. So I just think if we keep positive vibes and keep healing prayers and think positive thoughts and think about what good change is going to come of this, then we're going to be good, okay? That's where I'm going with it. Because I was like tripping out on like all the stuff that was happening. I was like half believing it, half not. It was like I was watching like something fake on TV. Like, this is historical. There's my cat. He's gonna wake up the babies. I need to keep it down. Second thing, off the protests. I mean, you guys can continue to talk about the protests amongst yourselves if you want. Yeah, exactly. Dirty clothes, messed up hair, teeth. It's sad that the small businesses. That's so sad. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Kimmy. Oh, Antifa. Yeah, they're crazy. Computer. Sickened by the whole thing. Yeah, it does make you sick to your stomach, Rhonda. It's making me kind of feel icky too. I know, because black man got killed by cops, but just asking about Antifa. Yeah. I mean, it's not right. Any which way you look at it, it's not right. They got on their knees tonight in Georgia. That's good. Ran him to be respectful to me. What is he doing? Who's in here? Is someone trying to cause shit? This is a serious conversation. Janice went to get dinner. I don't really eat during day, but just dinner mostly because scared to gain weight, want to lose. You got to eat to lose weight, Stacy. Otherwise, you're going to stunt your metabolism, and then it'll just store all food as fat. But on another note, I tell myself that too. I hate eating I hate eating breakfast. That's my hardest one. I hate breakfast. But anyway, that's like your most important meal of the day. Should I force myself to eat like an apple or something? Or a banana? I'm like, oh, you know, with my coffee? or a granola bar, whatever. You know what I mean? Anyway, so my second thing, it has been brought to my attention that there is a Discord on me. Yeah, so stupid. Nice to know, Georgina. That's annoying, by the way. Why don't you guys go obsess about other people? Let me guess, the usual a-holes. Well, actually, no, it's some people that from my real life. Well, not my real life, per se. I'm gonna get more into that on my Patreon as well. I will not put that on here because it has no place on here. Second real life thing, which that was kind of like, you know, I pretty much expected that. But the second real life thing is I've plateaued. I can't seem to lose any more weight, no matter what I do. I'm 35 pounds down from my pregnancy, and I'm just where I'm chilling. And it's starting to get to me. It's messing with my emotions. It's like fucking with my head. So these next 4 months, I'm gonna really, 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 really try so hard. Like I'm talking a low calorie diet, like not what I'm used to. Like I'm talking like low carb, low calorie. Um, Probably amping up my workout days and time. I'm talking balls to the wall, freaking full on like Tybo training. Let's get this shit. Let's get this last bit of weight off. And if I still stay the same weight while I try this, like I'm talking hard, like dripping sweat and just like almost crying, like almost puking type shit. Um, and if I still weigh the same, I'm gonna get a mommy makeover anyways. So I'm gonna be like, oh yeah. Is that Ember Sue? But anyway, I'm gonna go to my Patreon real quickly and discuss what I said I was gonna discuss further. Hi, Ember Sue. You live in fear daily, right? It's hard to even go to the grocery store alone. You've been crying daily. I know that feeling. I just cried today, mermaid. Poor thing. Virtual hug, mermaid. I love you. And I understand what you're going through. 100%. Hi, Ember Sue. Jelly of what? Right. I'm not going to talk. It just needs to be addressed, and it will be addressed on my Patreon, and that's it. I'll probably only address it once. If the virus doesn't get you, the looters will. Doesn't it feel that way? And you know what? I do have a stress eating problem. I've noticed it recently. I used to, like many years back, like I thought I like got rid of it, like many years ago. Like before I met my husband, like I noticed I would stress eat and like I nipped it in the bud, right? Totally nipped it in the bud. And then it's reared its ugly head again. And I'm like, what the is going on? But I'm so freaking annoyed with it. And I mean, it's we're coming on that time of the month again. No excuses, I know. And we've been camping, and camping food is never good for you. And we've been camping like a lot, and I'm just like, really? So this time I packed salads, and I put them in a cooler. Hi, guy. um, I put them in a cooler, so at least I had that. But like, I mean, you just can't win, right? It's just like I just can't. I feel I'm almost like my yoga video on Patreon was really like that was the only usable footage that I had out of everything I had done, and I felt just so, and it wouldn't upload because where I was at I had no online, like I had no uh, internet, and I just felt so defeated that day. I was just like, oh my gosh, like I just wanted to cry, but at the same time is like I did it anyway. um I did about 20 minutes of yoga that day, but I only got like 10 minutes of footage, but whatever. um but it was mainly to show that like I'm still persevering despite all these like setbacks. Does that make sense? I'm scared cats will die daily. They're not going to die, sweetie. Isn't that the truth? What did computers say? If the virus, oh yeah, if the virus doesn't get you, lose well, same stays, crying a lot. Yeah, I think this is normal behavior to be scared in these times and to cry. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I've been throwing up for 2 days. My haters will love to hear that. LOL. Why are you throwing up, Ember Sue? You guys won't see me anymore if that happened. I'm so scared. Um, Mermaid Malone, your cats aren't gonna die. Cats are very, very, very well adaptable creatures. They adapt to their surroundings. They're very good at that. I promise you. I swear. Oh, that's very good. That's helpful, Georgina. Mermaid, try not to ever give fear power in your life. I have been doing that too, Ember Sue, but mine was from the stupid anesthesia. What the heck's? What'd you do now, Kimmy? What's going on? Why did you have anesthesia? For what? I know, Georgina. Janice has looked it up. Couldn't find the stuff for it. Huh. Do you guys have Home Depot in Canada? They have jumped on the ledge. Oh, you're afraid of them jumping off of the... Oh, okay. Well, yeah, no, they're not. They're not going to jump off to their death. They shouldn't. I mean, I had a cat. I was scared of that too when I moved into my apartment. My apartment didn't even accept cats, so my cat had to be hidden. And I even put like this tin foil stuff on the windows so my cat wouldn't be seen. And like on occasions, I'd let her out on the balcony. She would jump up on the like ledge, and I'd be freaking out every time. But she would never fell off. But yeah, that it is scary. You know why, but you'll be fine. Okay. Don't be barfing, Amber Sale. Probably because all the excitement and the television. I mean, that will upset your stomach. I haven't. Well, this is gonna be TMI. I haven't had a BM in like 4 days because my stomach's upset with what's going on. What? What? Put that on your Discord and share about it. I really don't care. I really don't care. I'm sorry you don't understand, Guy. They have every other apartment. They look up at Janice and tell them they usually listen to Janice only because deeper. Oh my god. Every time my husband turns on the sprinklers, I damn near have a heart attack. But anyway, I'm going to go straight to Patreon. So I will see you over there. And stay positive. I promise you it's not going to be like this, okay? This is just a temporary thing. It's upsetting me too. I can't even go to the bathroom, okay? I love you guys. Food poisoning? Well, shit. I'm sorry. Feel better, Amber Stew. Bye, Kimmy. Bye, computer. Much love. Mermaid Malone, Amber Sue, Guy. Bye, guys.